Hey, welcome. David here, SNMC. How are you guys doing? It's been almost 4 months. I think the last time I went live was back in June. Oh no, it was back in July 6th. Man. Whew. All right. How you guys been doing? Just been busy with work and personal things. And today I want to talk about, is there any good news? What that mean is there's a lot of positivities and things within this community and the market, but the thing I want to talk about is being graded comic books in general. All right, now PSA got into the game. We got CGC is pretty much still the number one when it comes to, I guess, grading comic book. Along with you got CBCS. I don't know if was that PGX is still in the game or not. Um, So I want to kind of talk with the panel member. Unfortunately, Hazel Dan will not be joining us today, but hopefully she will be joining within the. What's up, Gomez? What's up, Jay Sosa? How you guys doing? Uh, yeah, and other good news is that my channel finally been monetized. Yeah, finally hit that 4,000 hours. It's been, yeah, thumbs up. And I want to thank every one of you guys that who's been watching, who has watched my videos, who has supported my channels throughout these years, and finally made that milestone of 4,000 hours to finally get it monetized. So if you guys coming back to my channel. Thanks, Jay Salsa. And if you guys coming back to my channels and watch my video and you see advertising pop up, please skip it. If after 5 seconds, skip it. I just wanted to hit that milestone, and yeah, it wasn't easy. It took me about a year and a half. When I first started YouTube, is was back in what 8 years ago, I believe. I started my channel, and it was long as you got like subscribers. They didn't have any, I guess, um, qualification to get monetized. As long as you sign up for it, you got monetized. And after they came out with, you need to have 1,000 subscribers, along with you need to have 3 million views on shorts, along with 4,000 hours of watched hours on a video. So after I guess, wow, yeah, it's been a very long journey. Finally got here, and just want to say thank you. And it wasn't easy. It was very continuous, persistent, uploading videos, trying to make fun content, contents in my channel. I'm doing this new comic book day every Sunday. One just got loaded up in about a couple of hours ago, along with, I'd make some shorts that I thought could be entertaining for people. I do on, you know rip packs, and I don't know, all this kind of stuff, trying to have fun while I can. So how's it going, G Salsa? It's been a while. Hope everything's okay. The reason I'm wearing this Canadian hat is because I went to Vancouver in November. Not in November, in October. Um, a second week of October, and yeah, it was good. It was good. I watched the game five when Mariners played the Detroit Lions. We won that game. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the World Series, but what a game! What a series with Dodgers and against against Toronto. I watched all 7 games. I thought I really wanted to root for. But Toronto, just because it's in American League, a lot of people giving me a hard time because, hey, how can you root for the Canadians when you have a Dodgers as an American team? But if you really think about it, they their payroll is almost $500 billion to make that team, all right? Compared to, so in other words, is that they're, I don't know, Dodgers are paying annually about 500 million compared to about 220 million dollars for Toronto team. So I always root for the underdog if possible, unless somewhere in like Mariners or Seahawks or Krakens. If we ever come back with an NBA team, then I'll be rooting for them. But other than that, I really want the Toronto Blue Jays to win because I just can't stand team buying up championship. Yankees did it in the early 2000s. Now Dodgers are doing it in this era. So unfortunately, it was a good series. I really enjoyed it. Ratio books over the past year, I think I mentioned 9.8. I go, yeah, hey, congrats. I just realized that I do have the trade dress as myself. Um, I don't know if I want to send it. I don't know. So this is why I'm going here. Grading things, regardless if it's a card, comic book, or DVD or manga, it is not a cheap freaking hobby to have. It's not a cheap option to get your great card. I mean, cards or anything graded nowadays. Even even toys. Toys are one of the most expensive graded thing I ever heard of. Just getting one an action figure graded is over like 30 something dollars from my understanding. Where comic book is now is almost $30 per book. You got shipping to think about. You have the actual books that you need to send in, the shipping, the grading. If you got signature series, if you want JSA, that's an additional $25. So it's not a cheap hobby. It's not a cheap option to get your collectible graded anymore. So and I want to talk about that as well. Um, and along with PSA is into the game. I mean, they're monopolizing the whole trade when it comes to sports card. In anything with cars, they're pretty much, I guess you can say that they hold the majority of the shares when it comes to the secondary market. People are paying premium for PSA 10 compared to Beckett or CGC, 10 or 9.9.5, or things like that. So I just want to say, is that a good news to have for collectors or new collectors who getting into the game of collectibles, and they want to they want to preserve, or okay, you know what? I need to show this one here. Is I only plan to grade 5 more books in my collection, then just keep everything here. Yeah, you know what? That's what I've been doing. Is like I really don't have that luxury or that option to go into getting things graded anymore. Before it was like 10, 12, $8. Before was $8 to get your books graded through CGC. Of course, you still have to pay shipping and stuff, but it didn't cost $30 to $40 to have it happen anymore. The price of the comic book has gone up. It's $5 if for floppies. Sometime in a premium you're paying like $8. Um, like this other day, I grabbed a couple of copy of the Civil War 3, that Michael Turner variant in a foil. It's like $7.99. I mean, unfortunately, I pre-ordered, so you paid 30%, so I paid about $5 per copy. But still, if you go into LCS, you buy those things, you paying like $7 to $8 for the foil and $5. On top of that, let's say that book becomes a minor key, or a cover of the year, or things like that. And people wants to get that thing graded. It's You have to send it. Shipping to Saratoga CGC is what, 18 $10 to $18, depending on how you're using it or how you're sending it. On top of that, you're paying $25 to get it graded. And on top of it, okay, so here's the other thing is that there's other variables that you need to think of, is that you need to get it clean, pressed. That's an additional like $10 to $20, depending who you're sending it to, on top of shipping. So getting one book graded. So let's do the math here. Getting it pressed and clean is like, let's say $10, okay, $10 to $15, but I'm just gonna lowball and say $10. Comic book, let's just go with the modern comic book. Let's say you pay $5 at the LCS on a Wednesday, and just somehow that becomes like hundred something dollars. Okay, so there's $15. Now you got to ship it. Now, if you're gonna use a Gemini mailer, that's $10. That's $25, right? Additional, you have to pay for shipping back. That's another $10, right? There's 25. 25 plus you have to pay 20 to $25 depending what tier. So let's just say it's 20. That's $45 for one comic book, okay, that you are sending to CGC, PSA. And let's say if that, so that's just the basic premium of basic level. You have to pay $45 in average, maybe 40 to $45 to get your books graded nowadays. Now, just to get one. Now you might send 10, you might send 25, get it pre-screen to 25, but that's 25. I remember I doing it. That became over 700. I think that came up with close to about 700 something dollars. Jay Salsa said, I don't buy new release anymore. I'm trying to buy Ray Harrison Ghost book. The market is right for it. Yeah, the market is perfect right now. I wouldn't go for those high ratio thing because let's say 1 on 100. Normally that brings down to maybe $35 within a month and a half or so. But yeah, Jay Salsa said that picking a book I tell you wouldn't get before. You know what? That's a great thing. I also been not buying a lot. I have cut down on my comic book drastically. Maybe I might buy once a month. I have a comic book call coming up soon. Um, and well, I lost the thoughts here. Oh, yes. So buying comic book is right now is a great time because everything's pretty much leveled out. It's not a COVID time anymore. You're not gonna get that kind of prices anymore. You know, people are saying, "Oh, back in 2000 and 2000 and what? 2020, 2021, oh man, the book was so that was just a fluke. That was a fluke. Okay. I think everything has leveled down. The prices of the comic book has gone up at that time. It has leveled, and I think I like the way it is. I've been selling a lot of my collection, and I definitely did not get the price that I wanted, but I made enough so that I'll be happy when I let that go or when I sold it. So, yeah, hey, congrats, Jay Salsa. I'm happy for you getting picking up the books. Lately, I have not been picking up so much. Like I said, I haven't picking up as much as that. So Jay Salsa, I got that. Wow, under $100. Congrats, man. Yeah, I remember, I think it was like 2, 3 years ago, that book was about 150, $175 that people were selling. And I think I paid about 125 for it, I think. I'm not too sure. It's been so long. As you get old, your memory don't serve any justice. But yeah, congrats, man. That you bought it for $100, and you got a 9.8. That just went up to 350, right? I think got that right. So hey, Gomez, man, how you been? It's been a while. OG here. I missed your haul, man. This past Christmas. Where's your? I was looking forward to your video, your comic book haul. I'm sure you're not been buying anything, but I was just kind of hoping that you make a video with your Halloween version uh, video of whatever you have grabbed or some kind of update. But man, I missed you, and hopefully you'll come up with something. It doesn't have to be comic book. Man, I've been buying a lot of Magic the Gathering when it comes to Spider-Man. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I don't have AF-15 or Spider-Man 1 or all that big thing, but it just in character-wise, I'm a huge fan of Spider-Man. And when I found out that Magic the Gathering is coming up with collaboration with Marvel to have Spider-Man, I jumped on board. I think I bought like about 4 or 5 collectible um, packs and picked up I started opening it. If you have seen my video, you know exactly what I got. But yeah, those kind of things. And went to this Japanese magazine shop, and here it's called Uwajimaya. I don't know if you guys have that Japanese mart in your area, but they had a Japanese magazine, One Piece magazine, Jump, Shonen Jump, and this was talked about a month ago, and it's like a $50 to $60 card. The magazine itself, yeah, I bought it for 25. So regardless, I have one on eBay listed for 95. I don't know. Maybe somebody will buy it, somebody not. But if not, is it's right there in my collection. So so since I have maybe two people in this live show, what do you think about grading? Do you think that is worth it still, or do you think that a lot of the stores are just overdoing it by sending this massive, you know, books to CDC, or to have it 9.8, 9.9, 10 to come out and sell that $5 book. David, that German variant goes for more than 350. Like, better for you, buddy. If it's more than 350, probably about 500. Huh? 500 would be a great price, right? I will put that for maybe 650. Hopefully that somebody do offer me a, I don't know, give me a best offer and kind of negotiate. But that's a great cover. If you don't know if you're watching this on a rewind and you want to know what Jay Salsa is talking about, um, it's a Uncanny X-Men. I believe was geez, forgot what issue, but it was the Comic Con version. It's a color splash where Psylocke is colored, but the whole background is black and white. It's a ghost of a book. That variant just alone is over a few $1,000, but German Panini has decided to use that cover for their, what was the book again? So- some type of a X-Men book, which is only printed to 300. So that's what he's talking about. If you don't know what he's talking about, hold on. Let's find out here. Mhm. I think I have it somewhere here. Panini German. Hold on, guys. I think I have it somewhere here. Uh, it's here somewhere. Bum bum bum. Oh, Fearless X-Men. Thank you very much. Hmm. Why do I not see it? Maybe I put it here. Bum, Ah, here it is. Whoa! Really? Wow. Okay, I gotta share this one here. Bum, bum. No, not this. Share. Share screen. Here it is. Boom. There it is. Okay, so this is the one he's talking about, is $500. This one that people are asking, the seller here is the Value Book, located in New York. So this is the book. Um, as you can see, this is a great cover, right? Don't you think? It's a beautiful cover, man. Yeah, I didn't know. Wow, you got less than $100 for this book and got a 9.8. I think I paid about 100, 125. I really don't know, but I know definitely did not pay that kind of price for it. But hey, thanks for the heads up, man. I might do another comic book market watch and use this. I use some of the foreign foreign books to you. Yeah, use. God, Lee, Jesus. Hey, thanks for the heads up, man. Ooh, big, huge congrats, J Sosa, man. Man, see, now you got me thinking maybe I should also send mine in, but Jesus. Hey, if you don't mind me asking, J Sosa, how much did it cost you to get that book graded to through CGC to get the 9.8? I would just I think the last time I sent it was about 2, 3 years ago, and I know the price of the grading and stuff has gone up, especially with the postage as well too has gone up. I remember what priority was probably $14. I think the last time I sold something used the what is that priority flat rate medium box. It's almost like $18 now, so it has went up about $3 to $4. Everything has gone up. Of course, inflation's I understand, but still, you know, in this time when when the dollar doesn't really hold its value any as like before, but still, you know, so back and forth, it's like $6 already that you have to pay extra. You can grab another comic book if you want. Um, Hold on, let me just show you which books that I got. All right, so if we're in kind of a show and tell, like I said, I want to get more into talking about the grading. Is it worth it? Is not? Is it good news? Is not? Um, you said Iran and I did trade for the book, and part of the deal was that he would press and submit the book. So I'm not sure the current cost. Well, I think that's one way to do it. Trading Erod, he's a great guy, member of the New York Warriors. Now he's somewhat doing a lot of variants along with some guys that I forgot who they are, um, but yeah, he's doing what he loves to do: press, clean, sell comic book, promote comic books, and things like that. I don't think I ever gonna do that until, but um, let me tell you what I did over this past weekend was they had a horror con, Washington Horror Con in Puyallup area, and their main guest was oh God, Peterson, something Peterson. Oh, Cassandra Peterson. If you don't know who that is, she is the one portrays Elvira, and she was there for signing. Unfortunately, there was no CGC or grading, which if they do, even though they had, I probably would have opted out on it. But they had a photo op and things. I just wanted her get her signature, to get her meet her in person. I remember growing up during the mid 80s, watching her show late at night, as she has her own show along with she would show like a horror flicks, and during the commercial break she would come and do her little skit and show the movie again. But anyway, during that time, oh mama, wasn't she hot? But finally got to meet Cassandra, Miss Peterson or Mrs. Peterson, aka Elvira, and I was able to get her signature done. And I don't know if you can see it, but here it is. You said Mistress of the Darkness, and here is that signature. Sorry for the glare, guys, but that's her signature. And here is same Mistress of the Dark. This comic book was Elvira meets the H.P. Lovecraft, Adam Hughes, limited to 1,000. But This was the only Elvira book that I had. Fortunate I had it. Um, and this is the Civil War foil, one of my ultimate. Love this cover of Spider-Man, Iron Spider foil. It's a facsimile that I paid $5, but on LCS I checked, they're selling for $7.99. Okay, and this, I believe this got to be the cover of the year. Okay, and this one that I do on New Comic Book Day. Hey, thanks, man. She's a great person, very very personable. Um, she made some jokes, and give her a fist bump because she wouldn't want to. She wasn't shaking anybody's hand. She wouldn't. The table there, as you stand in line, they said that you can't have your phone out because you can't take pictures. I'm like, okay, whatever. But going back is this here, Essentia, issue number 29 by Lucia Perillo. Yeah, it's a wraparound. This is a 115 version. Yes, this is not the homage. This is the actual cover that came out in 2003, I think, if not 2005. Um, and this is the foil version of it. So this is a facsimile. Yeah, there's a foil version of it, and this was another one that I picked for the cover for that week when I do my new comic book day segment every Sunday. Normally, I would do it here in this format when live, but I decided to take that, move that away, and focus on the new comic book day just as a video and do this live so we don't have to be doing this for over 2.5 hours to 2 hours. I just want to make this live show maybe to an hour and a half, depending on the topic. Whoever comes in my panel, they might have something, but today it seems as though I'm the only one today. I think I can do this for maybe 45 minutes to an hour. But let's go back talking about CGC PSA. Is that a good news for collecting, having option? I thought that it would be, but it's crazy. Let me just show you something here. I'm trying to get this thing done. That's CGC, PSA. Here we are. All right, so I'm gonna do a share screen here. You're so fire, Paul Ron. Well, I love Ron. I love Hazel Dan. Hazel Dan. They had a personal issue, which I understand. I don't know if they have announced it or talked about, but I don't want to say anything. Next time, if they do ever come back, they can kind of explain what's going on. But for Ron, he, look, nobody's obligated to be here upset for me because this is my channel. But I would love to have somebody. And there's another chat that I do send, but I decided not to because everybody has line. This is my time, and I was just grateful. I'm very grateful that Hazel Dan and Ron s- spared like hour to 2 hours of their time to be here. Then I'm not gonna take anything for granted. But yeah, Ron, you're so fired, dude. Uh, I sent this text message like a couple days ago, yesterday, and hopefully you can make it. But if not, but here, this is what I want to share. Uh, Share screen. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so this is it. PSA 9.8. I don't know why they do 9.8. You know, but one sold for 175 on a second print direct, 125. Here's a 199. Okay, with the CGC, it's not, but it's a newsstand, which I can understand. But here is one that sold for 249 on a direct, 149, 149. So I want to do kind of like a comparison. Here's a CGC, $144 on a CGC 9.8 newsstand. But here on here is for $199. So 199, 114. So there is a significant difference of $80 because PSA happens to be I would love to have Gomez here, man. Man, if Gomez here, look, I love Gomez. Gomez, if you have time on Sunday, 12 o'clock, every other Sunday, hit me up. And if not, I'll send you the link. And if you can make it, will be great. It'll be good to see you again, to reconnect, to see what's going on in your life. I follow him through Instagram, and he got some real. I mean, the thing that he does with his knife, man, is just is like. Anyway, I'll go follow him on Instagram, Gomez Comic Collector. All right. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you look at this, PSA 9.8 on a green, all right, on a newsstand for selling for $190. It just sold for $199 back in October 25th. But CGC 9.8, okay, where'd it go? CGC 9.8 on an auction sold for $114.11. Let me see if I can find another one here. Newsstand. Um, that's signed. That's facsimile 27. Okay, so maybe I might not able to find it within here, but I mean, auction and buy now, I can totally understand it, but still to have a like a 70 to $85 difference is PSA is going to be the new CGC within the year. So PSA might be the CGC killer. If I'm not PSA doesn't do 9.9, they go straight to 10 after 9.8. Yes. Um, but the thing is that they're thinking about having a subgrade, and like I don't know how you can subgrade a comic book. I think that is something that should be left ambiguous. It's a part that comic book doesn't need to have a subgrade. If they're just going to do it just for the cover, the front and the back cover, like how they do with the card, I can completely understand it. But comic book has what has a 30, I think like 16 pages. How they gonna justify having that subgraded? Like you're gonna subgrade pages and the corners, the centering, all that is just too much for me. But PSA, I mean, let me know what you think. You think you think just having this let's take a closer look at this. um I don't know if I can. Hold on. Let me just do something better here. Share screen, Windows. Okay, so here we are. This is the new look of PSA. Um, what do you think? You know, um, you know, here is the label, PSA label, white pages, Spider-Man 1, August, so and so, just like any other thing, like their cards. And here's the casing, kind of similar to CGC, but I kind of like that frosted finish towards the edge so that it's not clear, and so that the comic book itself is the focus. And I heard that the case is like CBCS. Let's look at the back of it. Here is the QR code. Here is some of the information that you need: cover art and story, 9.8. And yeah, you know, honest, honestly, if you ask me if I like the look of the PSA, Casing definitely better than CGC because, like I said, it's that frosted finish, that I like because it focused clearly on the comic book. Do I like the label? It's a PAC label. They stick with the red, but the fonts, maybe they could have used a different fonts. I don't know, 9.8, just make it a little bit darker, bigger. White pages, use that as a bold when it comes to white pages. Everything here could be a little bit bolder, but hey, I'm not the marketing guy for PSA. Um, you know, Bum, 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 bum. All right. He said here, remember when CBCS to start on their label, that meant that you went through a grade, even though it's a grade not being presented. Like, yeah, they had the little asterisk kind of thing. Yeah, I remember that. That's stupid. It's a money grab. It's so so. Jay Sosa, let me ask you this, since you still are the only one in this chat, is do you feel that this grading thing in this era is a good news or not? You know, some people, to me, if you take the monetary value out and just having an option to choose the company that you want, I think it's great. I think it's a good news. But if you put everything in, if you put all this portion of the fund, the shipping, the books, waiting time and so and so, it's like sometimes if you don't have the patience, sometimes it could not be worth it. But if I have to choose CGC over PSA, that's a head scratcher. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, I had, maybe I should have done a little bit more resourcing the prices on compared to CGC to PSA. But since I was a very loyal CGC because I want everything to unify. I use CGC all the time, and also being that you can get the premium if you sell your books or list your book, you can list it or sell it for a premium price or come to not a premium. I wouldn't say premium. Some books are sold premium in CGC, but if you want, it goes a little bit, a few dollars more than CBCS. Now PAC is into this grading game. I kind of wonder, would I think Jay Sosa, you have mentioned it before that this PAC could be the killer of CGC. All this grading um, fiasco that has happened, Banana Gate, you know, um, books have been missing, books has been stolen. I remember that when CGC, few of their members or the employees or whoever stole books. I don't, because something about this collectible, there's so much ambiguity when it comes to how they handle what the facility or what's you know the procedures they go through getting your comic book done is unknown. Only the CGC people that whose work there being graded. I mean, there was one that I think there was a president of CGC did a video of how they get 9.9 to a 10. um, I think that was stupid because one, I'm sure that's not how they do it. I don't think that's the procedure that go through. You bring in a whole box of new release, lay it on the table without any gloves. But they say they don't wear gloves because they need to feel the edges of the spine to feel the bumps, to give it okay. But still, to a point where that's how you handle it, if that's the procedure, I don't know. It's, to me, is come to a point where, do I really want to pay $40 to $45 to get my books graded to be manhandled, and just for more one man perspective of what the grade will be? if that's the case, then I don't mind opening up my own SNMC grading company and have you guys send your guys' book to me. I'll encase it, I will grade it, I would, you know, would that be another, just because you're a grading company, you pay $45 for give one man's opinion? I mean, it's great to get that 9.8, great, but I'm being very skeptical when it comes to being graded now. So to me, you got any better news? Got any good news? You know, um, when it comes to grading, I stopped grading years ago due to all this fiasco that's happening within CGC, CBCS, PSA. Now it's getting involved. And I remember there's another thing that happened when PSA, before their pre-launch, that these guys, a master grader so and so, was part of that whole deal with CGC. You know, he took CGC, some type of a database. It's just like that we should be supporting PA. Are they? I don't know. Are they? Are they from Oregon? Are they from Arizona? If they located here in Washington. But one thing about PGA, their their casing is freaking undestructible. They have one of the thickest casing that I ever um, handheld. There's a LCS nearby in Auburn. Forgot the name of their store, but they pretty much all of the books are PGA. So I asked if I could see one of them because I was curious, and they had a heavy, durable, thick ass casing. That's one thing I gotta give them. That's one thing I gotta give them props to. You know. Then I remember. Yeah, CGC casing is not. It's like, but I think CBCS, I touched, it was a little bit more sturdy, much more clear. Um, but just compare that to the old PXG, I go with the PXG casing compared to every other. I haven't handheld any of the PAC graded books yet, but that's why I'm thinking maybe I should have one or two of my books, get it through PSA and get it graded, and get my own personal um, evaluate compared to my CGC and so and so, and give my honest opinion about PSA. But just overall of what I see, what I hear, what it sells for, is PSA is the way to go now instead of CGC. The casing, they say, is a lot better, almost close. It come very close to CBCS, along with if like I showed you earlier, that the frosting on the inner case is frosted so that it's not clear like the CGC cases, so it's more focused on the book. The label, people say the label. I love the CGC label, hate the CBCS label. Upset the new one. The new one is pretty good, but maybe PSA can. But they want also PSA wants to kind of have their grading label when it comes to card and comic books to be uniform. So they might change it, they might not, but still overall, very curious. But um, I don't see any good news coming out of grading, especially when it comes to the prices that you have to pay, along with the waiting time. I think that PSA, when it comes to cars, is almost 5 to 6 month waiting time, unless you want to pay extra tiers. But that's additional like 5, 10, $15 that you have to pay to get your cards earlier than normal. CGC. I think the longest I waited was what, 3, 4 months. I see three people in on the live watching this. Hello, guys. Welcome to my channel. Um, jump in the chat, man, or if you want, I can. If anybody wants to join within the next 15 minutes of this live show, I will gladly copy and paste this um, link and have you come in and join and chat for about 20, 15, 20 minutes and see. Um, but other than that, I'm going to keep talking to myself. Have a Oh, also, there is. Oh, let me show you guys. If you guys into, uh, let me just show you guys TCG cards like Magic, Pokemon, so and so, and you want to get your thing upgraded. I'm not getting paid now. I'm not being sponsored, but it's their brand is called One Touch. Okay, it's a One Touch. It's all clear, folk. It's durable. It's scratch resistant, UV protectant, and also it has a four magnetic clipping on both on each end. And it stacks up. It doesn't fold compared to the old One Touch. Um, so this is all touch, and they just pre-launched this TCG, and they're having a contest where you can make a video on and tag them on IG, follow them, and by first week of December they will announce a winner to who has the better content or random drawing, and you get to win a whole. You get to win two cases of this all touch for TCG. Yeah, two cases. I think I don't know how many boxes, but each box comes with five casing, um, and yeah, each one has like it's individually wrapped like this, along with it has a protective field within, so your cards will be protected. But you know what? I have used many um, yeah, I have used many of protective thing for my car to upgrade the cars and such, and and this is one of the better one. Um, yeah, I haven't. You know what? You should be okay. Um, I'm not collecting. I bought a couple of things, and I don't want to make a set. I just want to see what the whole thing is all about, and yeah, so these are the few of the one that I pulled. It was Spectacular Spider-Man. It's not race foil, it's not the six arm or bagged or unknown. So this is what, maybe $15 to $20 book, I mean card. Um uh yeah, yeah. The chase card is goes for crazy money. That is the soul stone. But unfortunately, I did not get the Soul Stone. And here's another one, Iron Spider right here. Uh, great art. Sorry for the glare, guys, but this is maybe about $15. Here is one of my favorite top McFarlane. So this one here probably goes for 20. And this one that I also pulled was Brock Eddie Brock. This one goes for about 150 bucks. Um, all right, and where is it? Oh, here I got the Miles Morales. This one probably about 15, $20. Um, and Gwen Embry. This one here is probably about $10. It's alternate art. So yeah, so that's what I got. Uh, and Sonic the Magic Secret Lair. Yeah, got the Chaos Emerald. Uh, this is like about $200 card that I picked up. Not picked up, that I pulled. Uh, okay, there's different type of packs. Let me show you the one that I got was this here. You could get this at Target, Walmart, for $35. All right. People are selling on a secondary market for about 50, $65. But from my understanding, the collector booster um, packs are the one that has a better pull, which you could get like these. Okay. Um, this one you can get it from you can pull, but this booster pack is pretty much all foil. And after the land card, after you surpass the land card, with each one, I think each pack has a land card, I think, and from then on, it's a random like. Here, let me just show you. So it goes like this. So like after going through, uh, so here. So after getting like the land card like this, you surpassed it, and it will come out like you'll get these. Okay, so you can get the non-foil. There's a foil. This one goes for about maybe 35 in a foil. It's like $6 non-foil. Then you got the Norman Osborne foil. This would go for about 50, $60, but non-foil goes for maybe so double-sided. Um, then then yeah, like you get this foil non-foil is like $3, foil maybe 10, things like that. But booster pack, collector booster pack is the one that I would recommend getting because it has a better chance of a pull on a good card than the regular. Yeah. So right now on the secondary market, the last time I checked, these are selling for 55. Pick this up at Walmart for $35. What's $35? People are selling for 55. Crazy, crazy. Um, and also picked up a couple of Secret Lair, which I got this one here. This is a what's that? Mana Symbiote Race Foil Edition. There's 6 cards. 12. There's 6 cards, so there's about 12 cards in there, 12 each, and which I'm just gonna leave it in here. And also I got I opened one. This is another one with yeah, villainous plot. And so yeah, this is the open one. This is the non-open. So I picked up two. Just recently, I just pre-ordered two of the Gods of War, the PlayStation of Secret Lair as well too. Um, so yeah, so do I play Magic? No. Why are you getting it, David? Why, if you're not playing the Magic or thing, why are you getting it? I do it for the art of the card or just for the chase of it. And do I sell it? No, I don't sell it. I just keep it in my collection. I don't know. Maybe send it to PSA or CGC, get it graded and sell it in. I don't know. I just don't have the time. I don't want to spend any more money. I just love collecting, and comic book has not been it. And due to a lot of the reasons, the story sucks. Um, Too much hype on due to influencing influencers pushing what was it, blind bags. Now people are doing their own exclusive. Just to me is just to me. I don't like it. People do like it. For me, it's not my cup of tea. Um, yeah, it's just for the art. I gotta. I mean, great art. You gotta get it. Great storyline. They came out with Civil War, what, two, with Michael Bendis and David Marquette, and just it was almost like a what after reading it's like God, this is almost like a Minority Report movie, um, and classic art like this with Adam Hughes. Uh, And did I not put that in the IG? You know what? Hold on, Ron. Shit, am I going senile here? Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. You know what? Also, oh, I forgot to put the link. Godly. All right, sent. Check your IG in our group chat, and yes, I did Ron dirty. After an hour, I'm sure you've probably been waiting, but I thought I sent it. That's the first thing I do. I send a link. I completely forgot. Sorry, Ron. But where was I? Yeah, I do it completely just for the art of whatever I collect. It can be a comic book, can be an art, along with even the magic. Even okay, even in sports car. I don't care if that car looks good. I'll get it just for the sake of it. Of course, it has to be a certain player. I'm not gonna buy just any player just because his car looks good. But if like Wembayama, Victor Wembayama, he has a card. I don't care if it's rare, if it's the card looks stupid. I'm not getting it. But if there's one card look that's pretty good, and that one card was from Select, okay, yeah, from Select, his rookie card, and it was one card that he has, and it looks really good. And I got like about 4, 5 of them. So, uh, should I just should I just leave it here? Boom, boom, boom. Uh, oh. Hey, Ron.
Hey, what's up?
I do apologize. Anyway, Jay Salsa, Hazel Dan, hey, what's up? I left the link in the chat, so we still got about probably about another 30 minutes. Uh, what's up? Your mic? You can't hear? Your mic is on. Can you hear?
Now I can hear, but
Well, I can hear you.
oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, I can hear you from the beginning. I thought you couldn't hear me.
Okay.
How you
How's it
been,
going?
Ron?
Everything okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, how long has it been? About what, 5 months? Three
No,
months?
it's been about. I think the last time we went live was July 6th.
Okay.
So it's
Wow.
about what 5 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, during the summer, especially during like I said, and then if you I fired you earlier, no, there's no firing here. It's just everybody is been busy. So during the summer, it gets very busy at my work. So it's sometime I get really burnt out during the weekend. I just wanted to get some rest. Along with that, I think my wife's friend was here for a couple of weeks, so that's why we kind of pushed back. Then what happened after? August, yeah, and yeah, came back from Vancouver, Washington. Spent there for about 3 days there. Had a great time, and what else happened? It's just after overall, I just got burnt out. It got pushed back, and I'd asked my wife like, "Hey, you know what? It's been time. It's been too long. I need to go live, and just and see." if I still can, if people would join, if not, I'd just like to have this format going back in our original routine every other week. And she said, good. So here I am. And how's things with you, Ron? How's it been for the past 5 months?
Not bad. I do miss talking about comics, although I haven't bought any comics.
Oh,
Um,
I bought few, but here's the cream of the crop.
oh, Adam Hughes.
Adam Hughes, but it's signed by Elvira.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I went to a horror con this
Oh,
past weekend. Finally got to meet Cassandra Peterson, and yeah, she was a sweetheart.
cool.
Yeah.
There's a con coming over to San Francisco in a couple weeks. Gillian Anderson's going to be there, and I'd love to have her sign some of my X File comics, but I don't know if I really want to go to a con. I mean, I told you how I feel about conventions, having to prep and having to go over there, and it's just a
You
hassle.
did.
And it's expensive. And an autograph from Gillian Anderson is going to be about $100,
Ooh.
and a photo is 120. So if I get a photo and two comics signed, it's $320.
Yeah. I paid $80 for her signature. Yeah, but the pass was free because a gentleman that lived across from us, he actually had a booth. So like
Oh, cool.
yeah, so he sells movie posters. So his store is called Emerald City Movie Poster, and he asked us if you want to come. I said who's gonna be there. He said that, oh, Elvira is like, oh, I remember because I gave him one copy of the same book I just got signed,
Cool.
because he helps me a lot during the time me and my wife has worked. So figured that would be like a gesture saying thank you. So he said, hey, why don't you bring that book and I'll have it signed. He said, how much it costs? He said, I think it's like 60. Like, you know what? Can you just give me a couple of pass for me and my wife? So I got a couple of vendors pass, got there, walked around. It wasn't busy at all. That's a great thing.
That's cool.
Um, then standing in line for over an hour and a half because she was late and people were just cutting line. It was just
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I hate that.
Yeah. But finally, right before she went to lunch, I was the second to the last person to finally, to get that autograph. So hour and a half later, $80, got her signature. And after 30 some years, I finally got to meet her in person. And I was mentioning that earlier that during my early age, I used to watch her, little show and do her skit when she's showing the horror flicks. And man, she was sexy, and she still is sexy, you know. But
Well, that's why I want to meet Gillian Anderson. The problem, though, is that these conventions get busy, and I just recovered from COVID.
oh,
I
you had
got
COVID.
yeah, I must have gotten 7 or 8 boosters, and I still got it. And man, I was sick. I was sick as snot. I took the Paxlovid for 5 days, and I was okay for 5 days, and then I got sick again. It's like
Oh man,
God. So
especially
that's why I'm
during the
hesitant to go. I'm not. I'm struggling with the idea of going to San Francisco to see Gillian Anderson. But,
uh, well, if you do, make sure you get the proper protection, like mask, and Lysol sprays. As you spray, it, you just spray it as you go. I don't
yeah,
know. Take all precaution.
condoms, all the
Yeah, I
above.
mean, whatever it does to protect yourself. And I think the best thing to do is, those inflatable costume that you can dress up as like T Rex or some other thing. Maybe you get yourself in there and walk through. I don't know, but one thing is that I would love to meet my old nostalgia actors. Especially when it comes to like Elvira, is that during our age, people, I notice that slowly people are passing. It's not easy to achieve their or to meet them, to achieve, to get their signature or meet them in person. So I I know I would normally would not go to this kind of con, but it was my only opportunity to go see her, so I did. And
Yeah, I got the same kind of feeling with Gillian Anderson. She's about my age, and she doesn't look the same as she did in the
no,
'90s. But there is nothing else really at that con that I'd like to go see. I mean, Capullo's there, but I've already met him. There's a couple artists that I wouldn't mind meeting, but I think she's the only reason why I would go.
well,
I don't know if it's worth it.
do a coin flip. Sometimes that's the best option you got. If you have to do
Yeah,
it.
maybe.
Uh,
But
um,
last night I stayed up. My Dodgers won, and that was just so cool. It was just glorious seeing them win again. But man, it was a great matchup. That was
it
tight.
was.
That was tight. Oh my god.
I think throughout the whole, when it comes to, I think when it comes to American League, um, their whole playoff was it was tight. Nothing was blown away. I can't say the same with the National League because Dodgers just dominated that
Yeah, yeah,
Brewers, but
yeah.
it,
That Blue Jay Seattle matchup was pretty cool too. That was a nice.
it was heartbreaking, Ron.
Well, I know it's heartbreaking, but it's still a great.
It
It's
was a
still a
great
great
series.
series.
It was a
Yeah,
great series. And I would have loved to see them in World Series, first time ever in franchise history, but it was one game shy, one run shy of making it happen. And that same thing happened with the Blue Jays last night. One run.
yeah.
It came to almost 1 inch from them winning the game.
Right, because there was that one play where Will Smith caught the ball, caught that guy out, and I didn't think his foot was on the plate. It looks like that guy from Toronto scored,
Yeah,
and I thought they won the game right there, but they called him out. It is weird. The officiating has been so bad. They always have to do the instant replay now. But it was funny. I don't have a streaming service where I could watch it, so I was going on YouTube, trying to find someone who would, show their TV on their camera or whatever. And there was this one person streaming her TV. And it was like 70,000 people watching that. I've never seen a stream like that. 70,000. That's nuts.
it is. It is. But congratulations to the Dodgers, back
Oh,
to
so
back
happy.
Super, World Series champion. Didn't happen for past 25 years. I think the last one did it was New York Yankees during the Derek Jeter era. So hey, all this
They have
record,
spent so much money to get all those players. I mean, I can't believe what their
half
salary.
a billion dollars,
Man, man. And
just
if
a
they
Blake
didn't, they would
Snell.
have won. There's no way they could win without that money.
No, they couldn't. But definitely this offseason, you guys need to work on your bullpen. Um, you know, your bullpen sucked. Your bullpen almost cost this series. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so that is something they need.
Clayton Kershaw, I think, only pitched once, but I was shocked to see how out of shape he was. He had that
Nelly,
dad bod, right? Um, but man, he was so out of shape.
yeah, that's why he didn't pitch. Period. During the
Well, he
whole,
pitched a little bit just that one time.
yeah,
Probably shouldn't have pitched at all.
no, no. But I think it was just for him to say I pitched in the postseason. I think it was in the wild card. I think he pitched, and that was it.
Mm,
But yeah, great series, great series. I would have loved it more if the Canadians have won because they won. They The only reason is one, they're American League second. They beat the crap. They went to Game 7 with the Mariners. I would kind of love to see them take that World Series. But if you're gonna buy your championship, hey, who's better to do it than the Dodgers or the Yankees, right? And and everybody loves Shohei. You know, I still don't trust Shohei. I think he has like 4 or 5 girlfriends somewhere in the California area, and I'm sure he was guilty of that freaking gambling, gamble gate that happened, and just make sure that
with his trainer, with his
no, he's
trainer.
the interpreter.
Oh,
Uh,
his interpreter.
yeah,
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm sure that he said, you know what, I'll give you a few more $1 million. You take the blame and go right in sell for about five, 3 to 5 years, and when you come back, I'll take care of your whole family. Yeah,
What, 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 what do you think about the basketball thing? The Chauncey Phillips and there's a couple guys that got caught for gambling in the NBA.
yeah,
What do you think
yeah.
about that? I did not see that
I say
coming.
it's good. It's good for the sport of basketball because during the time that I used to watch basketball, it was Michael Jordan era. Okay, and of course, he also has some kind of gambling thing. That's why he went on retired, went to baseball because he shouldn't be in the he shouldn't be within the NBA league during the time of investigation. That was the whole flaw. But recently, this modern basketball, I can't watch them anymore.
Hmm.
it's it's like, and I thought that LeBron James would do something, but even I can't watch the Lakers. I can't watch LeBron do. It's just a shit show. Kershaw couldn't get the mom fast enough to use. Well, there you go. There's your answer. But yeah, I think this is a good shakeup for the NBA to get all this thing out, and hopefully they can bring back what the NBA was all about, like decades ago. You know.
Yeah, but why are these guys gambling though? Don't they have? Don't these people make enough money? I mean,
Well,
it's
here's the thing. It was a group of guys that they know this high end sports athletes because Chauncey Billup, it wasn't the only one. He was the one that got caught during the raid. But the thing is that these group of 5 or 6 people has done the same with Chauncey Billup. Is that they would they would set up so that they will lose money. So let's say, like, I have a group of 5 guys and say, I know you're a poker player. Say, hey, Ron, I have a poker game, high end poker game setting up here. I got 5 other people, and they were all in it to get your money. So I know this one other person. I think he lost about $1.3 million worth, and they scammed him through it, through gambling.
I wasn't sure of this detail, but weren't they wearing some fancy glasses where they
Yeah,
could
they
see?
were because all the car was marked. It was all part of a con to get Chauncey
Wow.
Billup money, and I think got to a point where Chauncey Billup has lost so much that he had to gamble to fix a game or so. I think that's why he's him, and I think there was another player for Miami Heat that got involved as well too.
Mhm.
And it goes to a point where even LeBron James' name was brought up during the investigation. So, um, but right now, the only guy that I'm following right now when it comes to NBA is Victor Wembanyama, and along with Cooper Flag, and see what league that's going to happen when they started taking poker. Gambling is all part of sports, but when you get scammed like that for that type of money, I mean, let's say you get paid what 20 million, you sign a 20 million to coach for a team after taxes, so and so, you probably will only get half of it. And
So, so it sounds like it was centered around poker, but were they fixing games? Was there anything about
so
that?
that's where the investigation goes to, is like how deep is it, to how that impact, like, did he bet on game, did it fix the certain games so that he can pay up, or that's the investigation going. All I know is that this 6 people has set up a con, using devices and marked cards, and yeah, that coach and the NBA player name was brought up because they were part of the one that got scammed into gambling.
You think they sell those glasses on eBay? Because I
Oh
want to
yeah,
buy.
they do. You
Oh, they
can
do.
actually buy. Yeah, you can buy those marked cards
Oh,
and glasses. Both, some of them are fixing game and probably. Yeah, I mean, and the biggest scandal that was happened during the NBA is that the referee was fixing the outcome of the game.
oh no! Like calling fouls or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
yeah.
that's not good. That
No,
is not good. Oh
it's
man.
it's ridiculous. I mean, Pete Rose got banned for life.
Yeah.
I mean, rest in peace, Pete Rose, because now he's no longer be able to, because I don't know if he ever
And there
going to
was a
get
team.
into.
There was a team called the Black Sox. What city are they from? Do you remember? I can't remember where the Black Sox are from.
Are you talking about the early 1900s?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Chicago White Sox.
No, it can't be white. I think it was Black Sox, wasn't it?
I I
It
think,
doesn't matter. It doesn't. The team doesn't exist anymore.
well, it says Sox. It had the cross and had the Sox in the baseball during the, I think that was the 1912,
That was
1911,
early. Yeah.
1912. Yeah, early 1900. Yeah, they got caught for gambling or cheating. You know,
Hmm.
you never know. You never know. Hey, look, Houston Rockets, Houston Astros.
Oh,
They got caught for cheating.
wait a
But
minute. What
nobody.
about the Rockets? The Rockets were cheating.
No, no, no. Houston. I was saying Houston
Astros. Astros. Yeah.
Astros.
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
got caught cheating with devices, banging on trash can, stealing signs, so and so. But nobody got fined or nobody got fired. They just
Yeah, and they kept their championship.
they
They
kept the
should. They
championship,
should
and
have.
yeah,
They should have took it away from them.
they should have. But no, that's why nobody liked George Springer. That's why he got bean on the knee. Then he got bean on the hand.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're
Well,
gonna
ever
be.
since that, I think they like hitting the pitchers on the Houston Astros. They just say, "Oh, sorry, I hit you."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, George Springer got hit on that knee. It was a 97 miles per hour right on his knee. And I think
Hmm.
during the Dodgers series, was that what's that Japanese pitcher? Um
Yamamoto.
Yoshimura, whatever. He beamed them in the hand.
Well, I don't know if those are legit injuries. I think that's just anger. But speaking of injuries, my 49ers are just getting injured left and right.
Oh,
All these guys just getting hurt.
yeah, that's
And
what happened when you have one of the oldest team in NFL. I think their average age runs out to like 29 years old.
well, I don't know if they're the oldest, but that rookie just got hurt on the New York Giants. Cam Scattaboo. Did you see that ankle dislocation? It went like that.
Ouch. Yeah, I saw that one on
Yeah,
YouTube.
he's gone. He's gone for the whole year. I don't know if he's going to come back from that. You know, he was
Well,
an awesome running back. That guy, Cam Scattaboo.
yeah. Maybe, well, it's a definitely year-end injury. We'll see how he comes back next year. But, you know, yeah, it was age, you know, father time always win.
Well, I mean that's why I've not enjoyed watching football this year. Just a lot of people just getting hurt and out for the season. Like in the Niners, their best players, Nick Bosa and God, who is their linebacker? I forgot his name, but anyway, they're out for the whole season.
Yeah, they're out.
Sucks.
And guess how much they're getting paid?
Oh yeah, that's right. Brock Purdy just got that 50 something million thing,
Yeah,
and he's
150.
out because of his toe,
Yeah.
his turf toe. That must be awful. I don't know what that's like. That really sucks. You can't play because of your toe. You can't
Well,
push
because
off.
that's the foot that he needs to lean on when he throws.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. He needs that toe. That's important.
he needs that
The
toe.
$50 million toe.
Hey, the thing, so I want to ask you, Ron. I know you don't get your books graded, but you think having multiple, what do you think about PSA grading comic book? You think they will be the next CGC?
So PSA is the one that grades cards, right?
Yeah,
Are they
they're
grading?
like the number one when it comes to card market.
So they're grading comics now,
Yeah,
huh? What's their fees like?
I don't know. I haven't
Oh,
been. What you want me to take a look into it?
I never heard this before. I didn't know they were getting into the comic book game, but that could put some pressure on CBCS and CGC because I think those services really suck right now, and it's a shame.
It is. Um,
I wonder if their slabs look cool. I mean, might make me come back to it if they got decent prices and decent looking slabs.
well, fuck, I
So
gotta.
did you just hear about this? Is this news? New
Well,
news?
they have announced it that they had a pre-launch for PSA last year at San Diego Comic Con.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was kind of looking at the price and I noticed that PSA 9.8 is selling percentage higher than CGC now.
Wait, say that again. Sorry.
So on the secondary market, right? I looked at I looked at Spider-Man 1, that Todd McFarlane, right? PSA 9.8, the last one sold for $200. Of course, that's a buy it now. It was in an auction. And the CGC 9.8 and the same book sold for $115. But remind you, if one was an auction, what was a buy it now, right? It's PSA is the new hot, it's the new formal book, formal thing, you know. But I noticed that throughout the whole book, I noticed that there's about $10 to $15 difference when it comes to PSA 9.8 compared to CGC 9.8.
So it looks like they're doing a lot of things. They're doing photos, Funko Pops, video games,
Pretty much
hats.
everything collectible.
Uh, I guess I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, I got a couple of baseball that was authenticated by PSA DNA, but to get now they're into comic books. You know, I think Hazel Dan right here saying that yeah, I think PSA costs more, take longer with ugly labels. So
Um,
I was talking I was saying earlier that due to this curiosity, because I know what CGC is all about, right? I know about their casing, their labels, through all their fiascos that happen, with the banana gates and missing books and so on. So, but I mean, put that all aside. I was thinking about sending one or two books to PSA to actually feel and what the overall look. And the PAC, I like their inner casing because the inner casing on the sides are frosted. It's not clear, so it's frosted so that it's it's not transparent on the edges, on the on the inner wells now, so that the comic book is is more focused on the comic book, so you can clearly see the book itself. So the presentation, I like it better with PSA. I go with Yvonne. The label, the fonts, I did not like it, but they use the same fonts throughout their whole collectibles, so it's all unified. So I can understand that. But I I haven't touched their cases, but a lot of people that I watch on the video saying that it's closer to almost exact to closer to CBCS. So it's very sturdy, very clear. Um, So, but the cost, I don't know. I was just talking about that earlier. CGC getting one book graded is costing you about $40 to $45. One, to get it press and clean, to ship back, and to get it graded. It's like, yeah, 40 to 45 because if you don't get your book cleaned or pressed, you can take away that $10 to $15, right? But the shipping, let's say for Gemini mailer, you got to send it priority mail because it goes over 1 pound. That's about $10. So $10 going and $10 coming back, that's $20 already. And now to get one book's graded in the modern is about what, 22, $23?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that alone is what, $43 to
Mm,
get one book graded?
mm,
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I mean,
yeah.
it's not for everyday collectors to send their books to grading company. And if Hazel Dan saying that it costs more, it's probably going to be 50, 45 to $50 to get one book graded through them.
Wow, that's just almost not worth it.
So that's why the title of this thing is that got any good news when it comes to grading is,
Uh,
it's to a point that even a person like me who loves to grade books, who has sent hundreds of books to CGC to get it graded, come to a point where I can't afford them anymore. You know, or I want to say I can't afford it because I buy stupid thing with 45, $50. But what I'm saying is I don't think it's worth the value of $45 to send a book to a grading company to get it encapsulated anymore. Unless it's gonna be a book that I'm gonna take to my grave, or if I want to sell. But other than that, I mean, it just overall, if I have to do a 10-point PowerPoint, it's like 8 of them will be checked off because it doesn't fit my criteria of collecting anymore. You know, the value, the functionality, whatever, all that will be checked because
still you got me curious though. I think I'm going to check out their website, see if I could just send some in and see what it's like. Because I mean, I got a lot of raw books. Just put it that way. Be interesting to just have that for the novelty. Just so I have one or two PSA.
I'm thinking the same thing. Maybe I should just sacrifice buying something instead and send one or two books to PSA and to see what they're grading, because they have 9.8, but they don't have 9.9. It goes straight to 10.
Yeah.
And when you
And
get
I've got nothing to lose sending them something. If they lose it, I don't care.
yeah, but make sure to send something that you have two copies of, that's something that's worth value, that
Yeah, I know.
just in case you need to sell it, that don't just send any type of book and you get a 5.0 on a freaking back issue dollar and you spend like $50 for it.
So what else is going on with you, David? You went to a horror con, but have you been going to your LCS lately?
I went to LCS. I picked up a couple of this here. It's a
A
facsimile
foil?
of the Michael Turner in foil.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
You just bought one copy.
I bought 3.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
good, cool.
Um,
Send it to PSA.
you know what? Maybe I should.
Why not? I mean, you got nothing to lose sending that. I mean,
No, and I might actually get a 10.
see, because that I saw the label. It would look cool with that red label that PSA
Doesn't
has.
it? Yeah.
So, I mean, because it's got the red on the cover, so it would kind of complement it. It would look cool.
Yeah, and maybe I should send this one too.
If you want, David.
It's a cool ass cover.
It's up to you, man.
Speaking
of horror,
it's not something. It's not something I want to do right away.
Yeah, I know. Same here. Speaking of horror covers, did you see those Mark Spears monsters with wolves?
It's so stupid.
Those blind bags. I saw a lot of those covers, and man, there's a couple of them that are really cool.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, Ron.
No, it's okay. Go ahead.
I said Mark Spears, he's a great artist. He makes great covers. He makes great arts.
Yeah.
But just to hyping it up to a point where
it was total hype, big time hype.
And this influencers that who is close to him, boasting this freaking blind bags where I just don't get it. I guess I'm come to a point where my collectioner, I think like if I was doing it like 7 years ago, I was like, whoa, shit, I probably will get into it. But
yeah,
I don't want to consider my veteran, but I will say it as a veteran collector in this hobby, I don't understand that whole hype of blind bags anymore.
Yeah, I watched a couple of videos where people were unbagging them, and it was kind of heartbreaking to see them getting multiples and duplicates, because they basically just wasted their money. because they didn't want those duplicates or multiples. You know, they wanted a different one every single time,
Yeah.
and you don't know what you're gonna get if it's a blind bag.
Well, it's a gamble. I guess.
It's
I
big
guess
time.
I guess that's the same reason why I do open packs. Um, and think just for the gamble, for the chase of hoping that I'll hit that card. You know, I've been ripping Magic the Gathering Spider Man, hoping that I'll get the Soul Stone, but unfortunately I didn't. But still, it's a chase. But the thing is, they want to have the same feel of this chase for in a comic book,
Yeah,
and which to me is I get the whole logic of it, but I don't see it lasting too long because it comes to a point where all this influencer and whatnot and YouTube are one is the one that getting this big pulls, and every
yeah,
other collector they're getting crap.
yeah. I think on the consumer side of it, people are not telling how much they're spending. They're just buying a whole bunch of them, and then they're unbagging them, hoping to get a nice chase rare variant. But you just end up with a bunch of multiples, and that's that's the real tragedy there. You're just getting suckered into it.
Yeah, and like any other blind bag or packs that you rip, you end up getting 99.5% crap. You end up with all these comic books and cards that is probably worth 10 cents to a penny, to a dollar. For
But aside from all that, what was the one cover that you thought that was the coolest out of all those the monster and the wolf variants? Which was the one that you liked the most?
the one that which one was it? It was the Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, okay, yeah,
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 I thought that was the coolest out of all. But he did so much homage and things like to a point where so I don't know. I don't want to talk bad about it because a lot of people would love it, but to a point where to me personally, it's a money grab. And is it good for the hobby? Maybe for now, maybe for the one person that who is selling it. But as for the collectors, I would say don't get those blind bags. Just I will always tell this: if there's a basketball, baseball player that you want to get, don't buy in packs. Buy them singly. You know
you mean
that
like on eBay
Yeah, through eBay or through
or
your
a
your
card
your
show? Yeah,
car show, what buy it single because that overall that will save you so much money than trying to repack and hoping that you get that player. You know, um, as for me, I do it for the content of my YouTube channel and also for the chase for hoping that I'll pull that $30,000 card. James said that rumor has it people will wing the bags and separate foil because, well, it's the same thing when it comes to Pokemon card or any other card. The foil seems to be heavier, so they'll get it. Yeah, they get that foil, but which foil are they getting?
yeah.
So regardless, I mean, good for them. Whoever's doing this making money, good for them. But I feel really bad for the people that their FOMO kicked in, they want to get into this. And but if you're doing it for the sake of your YouTube channel content or your Instagram page, something that you want to upload, hey, by all means, if you get a 10,000 view, hopefully they
Hey,
donate some few money back.
it's
Uh,
content, you know.
it's the
I mean,
content. And I mentioned it earlier, Ron. My channel's finally been monetized.
oh, no kidding.
Yeah,
Oh.
finally hit that 4,000 watch views of my channel, and
So, so does your video have to be a certain length, like 15 minutes or something like that each time?
um, I tried doing a video for 2.5 minutes. It goes straight to short. I think
Oh,
you
okay.
have to have it landscaped, and but if
Okay.
you do it portrayal version of it, and it goes to short.
So what do you do to get a montage? You have to sign a contract with whoever is going to sponsor you or whatever.
No, one thing is that early when I first started my channel about 7 years ago, being monetized, you don't there's no how would you say there is no
There's no process or anything.
Well, there is a process, but there is no milestone that you have to hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So back then, I probably had maybe about 400 subscribers. Then I could monetize. So you go to Google AdSense, and you apply for it. You give all your information. You do your what a 1040 or A4, whatever tax bracket. So you do all that, and your videos get monetized, right?
Huh.
And I had that ever since from the beginning of my channel.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
I was making few dollars making video early in my day. Then they came out with the milestone like you need to have 1,000 subscriber more, right? And the second tier of that is that you need to have your videos to have 4,000 watch views and or 3 million short views. So it was one of the other. So if you hit any of those two, one of the two milestones, then you get monetized.
Hmm.
And yesterday, November 1st, 2025, was the day that my channel hit all hit that 4,000 hours view in 365 days. So it has to be done within that 1 year period. In the
Hmm.
12-month calendar, you have to hit 4,000 views.
Hmm.
Not 4,000 views, 4,000 watched hours to hit that plateau. So yeah, yesterday was the day. Woohoo!
Wow, that is so cool. So
Yeah,
are
hey.
you going to keep it going? Are you going to make more vids and more content? And
Well, I don't know about more content, and I've been doing the market watch for about 2 years. As I pick random comic books from my collection, I go through eBay, and I see what it is, and now I'm doing. I remember every live show I used to do. I did New Comic Book Day. I took that out. I'm gonna take that out of our live show and gonna do that every Sunday recorded. It's gonna be pre-recorded, and I'm doing that every Sunday. And every other thing like comic book haul or let's say I do unpacking it or product, those will be an additional content into my channel that will be uploading. But
well, I think it would be cool if you did something else in addition to comics on your channel. Like I noticed this with ETA Nick, and I noticed this with Spine Ticks. They don't just talk about comics, and they don't just talk about collectibles like cards. They both talk about the stock market, and the stock market's probably going to crash probably in the next 6 months because of what's going on with the economy, people losing jobs or whatever. um, that'd be cool if you did something like that.
no,
Because
if
you
I
would
had
attract
the knowledge of
audiences.
look, Ron, if I know anything about stock market is nothing.
But
No, nothing. Look, Ron. I can make a video about stock market, which I don't know anything about. But if I want to make the content, I have to be a little bit more knowledgeable for even me to speak it.
well, I think you could just talk about one stock, one fund.
You want to do this once a week? We can meet up probably
Yeah,
Tuesday afternoon, and we can pre-record,
yeah,
and we can do something if you want
sure.
that. We
Yeah,
can.
yeah, I'd love to do
Um,
that because I'm gonna
you gonna
prioritize
do one?
what?
You gonna make a videos about
No, no,
stock
no. I'm not gonna
market?
make videos. No, I'm not interested. But I'll go. I'll hop on your video. I don't mind doing that.
All right. All right. Well, let me talk to my boss, saying that if she's willing to give up hour of my time with you instead of her, I don't mind.
Yeah,
To me,
yeah.
I'm all game. If it's anything to do with the content of the channel, I'm all game. But long as you tell me your open schedule, and let's see if I can fit that, and I don't mind doing it.
Well, I'm I'm retiring in about 5 years, and my issue is not FOMO. My issue is FORO. So FOMO is fear of missing out, but FORO is fear of running out. So my fear in 5 years is, am I going to have enough money to last? So that's why I'm so I'm so attentive to what's going on in the market right now. I'm worried about what bonds and stocks are going to do. Um, like for example, it used to be that treasuries was such a safe thing to invest in, but now it's not because there's a lot of foreign investors investing in them, and that's not so safe because if they bail out, then we're in trouble.
Yeah. Well, one thing
And,
I can
and
say is that if you want a market manipulation, call up Pelosi, the new house speaker. I'm sure she'll give you a good tip about what when to buy, when to sell, because her market has went up within the 5 years 70%. Her
well, you know
portfolio
what,
went up
David? I mean,
70%.
I get where you're coming from, but I mean, from our perspective, we can just keep it very simple. Like I remember you talking about Disney stock one time,
Oh, don't
and
even
that's
talk
and
about
that's somewhat related to comic books. But there is such a thing as single stock ETFs, single stock exchange traded fund, and I believe there is one for Disney.
yeah.
And we could talk about that. We could make a whole friggin' video on those things, um, not just about volatility, but also how crazy people are investing in these things, these single stock ETFs. So that's what Steve of SpineTix was doing. He was doing these very risky weekly paying ETFs. In other words, you get a distribution every week. Okay. And I looked at those funds. I was like, no way would I invest in that. Those are friggin' scary. But his scare was that when his wife was pregnant, there was this possibility that he might lose his job. So he went on Reddit, okay, he went on social media and learned about these weekly paying exchange traded funds. And he just invested heavily into it. So now he's getting hefty monthly income. And there's this guy similarly in Canada who lost his job, and he gets 10,000 a month in distributions.
Wow.
That's like a paycheck.
Yeah. Well, more than a paycheck.
Yeah, and that's what he said. He's getting paid more than what he was getting when before he got laid off. So he's about our age. He's in his 50s. He got laid off, but like SpineTix, he got into these weekly paying exchange trade funds. Now, I did try it, David, and let me tell you, I was uncomfortable with it. I was not. It's risky as hell.
I can't do it. I'm not the person that can do that.
But from a consumer point of view, we could at least look at it and say, look at this, look at the price, look at the volatility, and ask yourself, would you dare invest in these things just for the sake of income, for the sake of the weekly income? And stocks are usually quarterly income, and bond ETFs are usually monthly income. But these stock ETFs are weekly income. They pay you every friggin' week, such that you could probably get paid every day if you set it up right. You pick a stock ETF that pays on Monday, pay one that pays on Tuesday, one pays on Wednesday. You can set it up like that. It's nuts. This is what a lot of people, and this is new stuff. This has been happening probably in the last year and a half or 2 years.
And do you feel that this might hurt the market?
Well, I think that's what we should talk about
Okay.
because I am not sure because guys like Steve and this guy in Canada. I'll share the links to their channels so you can see what I'm talking about. They are making a lot of money, but I think it's only because it's a bull market right now. What happens when the market crash? See, now there is such a thing as inverse funds, which is just as scary,
Like a hedge fund?
huh?
Like a hedge fund?
Kind of. So like for example, there's a single stock ETF for Tesla. It's called Tesla, TSLY.
Uh-huh.
The opposite of that Tesla fund, the inverse is crash, CRSH. So if you can imagine Tesla crashing, that's the ticker symbol for that ETF. And that makes a lot of income. If you look at the distributions every week, you get a nice hefty income just investing in it. But I feel like it's just pure speculation because you're
What?
betting against the stock.
Scary.
Yeah, there's ETFs where you can emulate
Very.
what people are investing in, like who's the Berkshire Hathaway guy, Warren Buffett. There is a stock, I mean, an ETF that has his stocks in that ETF. There's one with Dan Ives, who is that AI guy. He's into AI investing, and I think there is such a thing where you can know what Pelosi invested in and just copy it. But I'd rather pick the stocks and securities myself.
All right, you got me thinking now. But all right, I will go look more into
See,
that.
David, back in the day, a long time ago, it used to be you would take 110 minus your age, and that's how much you invest in stock. So I'm close to 60. So 110 minus 60 is 50. So ideally, right now, I should be 50-50 stocks and bonds. But I'm not 50-50 stocks and bonds. I'm more like 70-30. And I'm feeling like the market's about to crash, you know?
Well, didn't it crash earlier when President Trump has made that announcement about putting tariff on everything?
Yeah, I think that's Liberation Day. I think that's what it's called. Um, and that was not really much of a, well, I guess it was a pullback and a little bit
I
of a,
mean, it was down for like 3 months straight.
but it's not like it's a bear market where it's
No, but
down
still,
25.
I mean, to a point where it was going and it dropped. Within days it dropped. I mean, I was looking at Bitcoin during that time. It went all the way down to like 5,000 something dollars. I don't.
Let me tell you something, David. If the market were to crash now, if we were in the bear market, I would be shopping. I'd be buying shit, including Disney. If Disney crashed 25%, man, I'd go all in. I'd buy a lot of shares. I'd swoop in, man.
I think when it comes to like stocks that we all know, like Coca-Cola, whatever, Disney, Citibank, and things like that. Yeah, if it goes down 30, 25 to 30% crash, like say if it's $100, you can get it for like 65 or even $70 at that. Yeah, I don't mind buying like 100 shares of it. Hold it for next what 5 6 years, and eventually it's gonna go back up to where it was before. I mean, good example is that I told my wife to buy Citibank when it was at $36, and we bought it when it was 45 because she was kind of hesitant, so and so, and it went down. It,
Buy some more.
it went down. So, well, that's the thing is that we didn't have that type of capital back then, about 4 years ago. So we just said, you know what, should we sell? At the same time, we bought Disney when it was marketed that it might hit 180 to $200. But due to all the fiasco that happened with the CEO, with the governor of Florida, that shit went down all the way to $60.
That would
And
be a great time to buy right there.
yeah, but the thing is that we didn't have the capital to buy more because we have already invested all this money on City and Disney. So we end up selling the Disney at $86. So we took a huge loss. But the Citibank now is at 101 right now. So I mean, she made up for the loss for the Disney. So
So if I look at Disney right now, the yield is 0.89%. So in other words, less than a percent yield.
yeah,
But if I look at the single stock version of it, the yield for that is 40%.
for the year, yes.
Um, well, it depends. It depends on the volatility. As long as you have volatility, that's what drives up the yield. That's the thing behind. Well, it's like buy low and sell high.
Yep. I think in anything that you do, you buy low and sell high, but there's many people like me, we buy but never sell. you know
Right. Or you do what you're not supposed to do. You buy high and you sell low, which
no,
is
well, I'm glad that Jay Selsa has mentioned invest in gold. Right now gold should be, right now is at 3,900 from my last time I saw. I think that it might go down lower if any of the the cryptocurrency has gone. I noticed that when the cryptocurrency goes up, the value of the raw material goes down. So let's say if it goes down to maybe 3,700, 3,600, maybe that might be a good time to buy. In the way I see the market fluctuates when it comes to gold.
Or alternatively, you can do these weekly paying gold
Yeah. So going back to again, what was that? EFT
ETF.
ETF.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll look into more of that, and
Well,
hopefully,
talk to your boss. Talk to your boss, and
yeah,
then if you guys are interested, yeah, let's do it. Let's
yeah.
just so you can have content on your channel in addition to collectibles.
And what should we call this content?
I mean, you got to have like not clickbait, but some sort of title that makes people want to get to it. Like I think that I think the big catchphrase is weekly paying ETFs. You put that there, and then
How's about we say it? Pick of the week for your
yeah,
ETF.
yeah, investment pick of the week.
Yeah, investment pick of the
That
week.
would
Yeah,
definitely attract.
by
Yeah.
non-certified investor.
Oh, that's the other thing. You need to say that because there's a lot of people getting flagged. There's actually this big time influencer. She had tens of thousands of subscribers. They deleted her channel because she was pretty much giving financial advice, even though she's saying this is not for financial advice, entertainment purposes only. They all say that, but they're still giving financial advice anyway. They're telling everybody what they would buy. So you do have to say that somewhere in the video. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't copy me. Do your own due diligence. Yada yada yada. You
Yada
know?
yada yada.
Yeah,
And every 5 seconds we probably have to mention that. Like,
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
okay.
And that's what SpineTix does. If you look at Steve's shorts, he's always saying that throughout. Don't copy what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a dude on social media. He's always just saying that. So
You
yeah,
know,
you have to do that.
I think you know what? I think you got something going. I think to a point where if we get this thing going on a weekly basis, maybe we should open one account and invest at least about $10 to $50
Well,
and see how we actually do.
I'm waiting for the crash to happen. If the crash happens, it's like I'm building a shopping list now. When the crash happens, this is what I'm going to buy.
Yes, Jay Salsa. And talking about my brother, he's really into stock market. I think he's on the phone uh pretty much three-fourths of the time
On
that
the phone, what's
because
what's he
he's always on that on that Robinhood. He's like he's looking, he's seeing, he's
But he could
trading,
do.
he's
Oh,
buying.
you mean he's trading on his app? Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, three-fourths of the whole day that he's up, he's on his phone.
I would never do it on my phone. I do it on my computer, not on my phone. You
Well,
know.
during the time that he's at the store, he's pretty much on the phone. I'm sure when he goes home, he's on his computer as well.
You know what else is about to happen pretty soon? I don't know when, but sometime soon they're going to have 24-hour trading.
I'm sure. I'm sure it's there already, right? Because
Oh yeah,
his
there are
Bitcoin is
some.
already.
Yeah, like Schwab has it. Schwab does have it, but not all brokerages have it.
Oh, one thing about Schwab, you can't buy coins.
But you can buy the coin ETFs.
Yeah, yeah. Can you? I haven't really tried it, but I trying to buy um EX. What's that? EXP.
EXP, what's that?
Well, EXP is exchange. It's like if you have an EXP on like to a dollar, euro, yen, it like in every currency. Right now, EXP. Well, let me show you what.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me show you that right now EXP. Where are you? Oh, XRP. I'm sorry, not EX.
Oh, XRP. Okay.
XRP US dollars at 2.5 right now. I remember I told my brother if you want you should buy it when it was what dollar 1.8. He bought it at 2.8.
David, I can't believe you don't know anything about Bitcoin ETFs, these single paying these weekly paying ETFs. I can't believe
No,
you
like
ever
I
heard of
said, I'm a gambler, but that's a high, like you said, it's a high risk. I really don't know how that's going to happen. And for me to, let's say, even though, let's say I have a 5 grand to play, that I have on the side for emergency, let's say I put that, and like, I don't think I can sleep. I'll be on the damn phone every freaking time just to
it.
see how it goes. And I don't want to put myself in that predicament to a point where I need my sleep, you
Yeah, I
know.
know. I know what you mean.
So, but
Well,
we can
we'll
talk about it. We can
yeah,
talk about it.
we'll talk to your wife, and then we could talk about some securities that we would feel safe getting into. Okay,
Yeah.
and I could show you some, and you could just look at it and tell me what you think. And that would be content for your channel. If not anything else, at least you'd have something to talk about on your video other than comics and
Oh man, there's
collectibles.
so many things that I want to talk about my thing, but just to a point where I'm so not knowledgeable, or that I don't want. Not I don't want. It's just that the time that I have, I would then spend on my wife, then on a and do a research, which for me, because I'm dyslexia, it would take me hours and hours just to understand the whole, to comprehend what I'm reading.
Well, and anytime you get a stock or exchange traded fund or mutual fund, you should read the prospectus. But like Steve, he is going on social media. There's a lot of YouTubers you can watch and just have them explain things to you.
Yeah, well, definitely I got to spend a little bit more time to understand, because yes, I'm a more of a visual, but for me to like to read and stuff, like God, it takes me forever. And hey, Jay Salsa, even though I'm not an expert, I'm not an expert, in buying stock and so and so. Somebody told me you should look into Rolls Royce.
The stock, that's a isn't that a foreign stock? Like it's in Britain, I think, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They last year they signed a huge contract with the British, was that Navy, um, to generate, was that nuclear reactor. They're
Okay.
one of the biggest. Yeah, and 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 I should have bought it when it was only a dollar something.
I remember it was cheap. It was like $2 last time I saw it. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like $2.50. 20, I think it's like 20 some. But yeah, uh, and when Mara, which is another mining company for Bitcoin or for cryptocurrency, somebody told me to buy that when it was only, I believe was $1.80.
I just cannot get into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. I just feel like it's a
Well,
scam.
they're a mining company.
Crypto related.
Yeah,
Okay,
crypto
let's just put it
related.
that way.
And right now they're at $18.
Like the other company strategy used to be MSTR. Yeah.
Yeah.
I,
Well, and let me look at Nvidia with the AI thing. I mean, who the frick knew this?
yeah, I guess that's related because they
Yeah.
have to do they
And
need to
even
check.
Google.
Mm.
Somebody told me you should buy Google. I'm like, Google? They're probably going to get their shit pulled out. Their sponsor, they search whatever they're gonna. But nope, they decided, they can do whatever they want, and now is up what $2, three 250 $350 on a
Yeah,
Google.
I think there was a pullback like a couple weeks ago, but it's bounced back since.
Yeah, $281. When somebody told me to buy Google, it was at $200. Or I think what it was, what about?
What what's the ticker for that? GOOGL, like that?
No, no, GOOG, Alphabet Company.
Oh, GOOG. Okay,
Hmm.
so one of the single paying weekly dividend is GOOW, GOO, and
Yeah,
that gives you a distribution every week.
yeah, because somebody told me 6 months ago, last less than 6 months ago, to buy Google at $160.
I wouldn't have. That's the thing. Those
But
magnificent.
that's the thing is that Jay Salsa, the guy that who told me this was actually was close to what your comment was. Like buying all your things from a guy in a van in the by the
Yeah,
road,
yeah, I know.
you know?
The city of social media. I know, I know. Well, the thing with the Magnificent Seven is that's 30% of the S&P 500. There is something wrong with that. That cannot be one third of the S&P 500.
Ah,
That is so wrong. But man, Nvidia, it what hit 5 trillion in net worth a couple days ago. It's like, damn,
something. It's like to a point where I can't even touch that anymore.
that's a lost labs if you think about it.
Well, it wow, it went over freaking over hour to half an hour more than what I thought that this live
Well,
stream
it's
would
been
be.
a
I
while
and I do
since we
apologize. And
it's
I
been a while
apologize.
since we spoke. We had so much to talk about. So it's like,
Yeah. But I told my wife that this live stream not gonna go over 2 hours. So
oh,
yeah,
you better go then.
yeah. And but I'll do my research and let's come up with some kind of thing that we can talk about one or two, and we can probably do an hour of this or half an hour, depending how far we can go. Long as we don't go off track, then we'll be good. But
Yeah,
hey, thank you for coming. And what um, I'll reach out to you. Reach out to me. Let's share some information.
yeah, yeah. We'll just
And
exchange stuff in IG.
yeah,
Yeah.
and if we don't do anything within the next 2 weeks, I'll see you in 2 weeks, same
Okay.
time next week.
Yeah.
All right,
Cool.
Ron.
All
And
right.
just for Christmas sake, just look for a package that's coming to you, and also Yvonne, Hazel, Dan, just in case you guys Christmas packages are coming you guys way. It's nothing big, don't worry. Uh, but it's just something that's saying Merry Christmas and stuff.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
All right. With that, thank you everyone. Jay Sosa, Hazel Dan, and Gomez, the Comic Collective, was here earlier. And yes, just in case, if you watch my channel once again, you get disrupted with this irritated ads, please understand I finally got monetized. Also, everything that I post out is shorts, and you will have an ad. So hopefully it doesn't really bothersome, but if you want to help the cause, help me, then we can come up with something. And I think Ron has something that we probably can do going forward. All right, with that said, we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And